It's another day on Earth. As the world turns, you live and learn. There's never going to be a shortage of things happening in this world. Wars, rumors of wars, conflict, commotion, movements, ups, downs, highs, lows. A multiplicity of vicissitudes of human life. But as a man, you just have to make up in your mind to focus on your own program, focus on your own agenda, and not be pulled into all of the extra stuff, all of the stuff that you have no control over. And it's tough. It's supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be the challenge until it's not. Because if you're a human being, you have empathy, you have desires, you have hopes, you have fears, you have the whole smorgasbord of human ideas, emotions, ways and means. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get pulled. But you gotta fight like hell to subject your mind. You gotta fight like hell to make sure that your mind remain your servant. Your mind remain your humble servant. And you remain the master of your mind. And this is just note. This is just note to self. I don't have followers or anything like that, so I'm just talking to myself. You gotta be the master of your own mind. Gotta be the master of your own mind. And this is something that you've heard many times before, but it's real. It's real. Like I think it was me and Moshe I was reading years ago where it was like the mind is like a horse. It likened the mind to use the analogy of a horse. If you are not in control of your mind, that's like an untamed horse. You try to ride an untamed horse, it's gonna throw you off, and it's never gonna take you where you need to go. It's gonna be hell fighting that thing. But a tamed mind is like a tamed horse. A tamed horse is one of the most loyal, dependable, fiercest, strong, courageous animal that a man can have at his service, I should say. That's how the mind should be. That's how your mind should be. Your mind should be like your workhorse, but you got to put the work in to tame it. You got to put the work in to train your mind to not respond. I'm sorry, I use the word react. To not react to the whims and vicissitudes of this world, of this life. Things you can't do nothing about other than voice an opinion. Other than scream and cry. Waste energy. Energy that you're taking away from your own program. Taking away from your own family. As a man, we got to be about our own issue. Got to be about our own business. We got to focus like hell. And when I realized that, life became so much more simplistic. Not necessarily easier, because the challenge of guarding the mind, being a watchman in the tower over the garden, that's not an easy job. Because there's any given moment, thousands of things to try and pull you in 1,000 different directions to take your attention. Where there's women, where there's vices, where there's seemingly great opportunities, and social media, and just some random guy on YouTube Live walking in the snow, walking on ice. It's a lot of things that assaults our mind on a daily basis. It's like, I look at it like the Earth's atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere is so amazing because it's so much that the Earth atmosphere protects Earth from. Like maybe billions of different particles and millions of pieces on a daily basis, probably on an hourly basis. Space debris, space junk, rockets falling back to, or rocket components falling back, debris from other space objects, and comets, whatever. The atmosphere, and not to mention the gases and the chemicals that the layer of Earth's atmosphere is protecting us from. So that's how we have to be with our mind. And that's how it is as we orbit through this life. It's like we're all our own planets. And as we move in this world, I see you, you see me, we're just like two different planets with our own perspective. All right? It's like I get a telescope, look out from Earth at Mars, and vice versa. Somebody on Mars looking back at me. But as we orbit, it's so much that can take us off our course. That's how it is with the mind. So many distractions. So many distractions. Anything that's worth having, it's worth having, and it's worth fighting for, and it's worth putting in an effort for. We got to put in an effort to make sure we control our mind. That our mind is our servant. Our mind is our soldier. Our mind is our loyal companion. We don't respond to the mind responds to us. And of course, all of this sounds idealistic. It is. Again, that doesn't mean it's easy, but it's worth doing. It's worth trying. Even if you can muster 5% more control over your mind, over your thoughts, over your attention, over the actions you take on a daily basis. That's 5% better than you were yesterday. And keep in mind, don't forget that that's who we are really in competition with. That's who we're really in this epic divine struggle with, is ourselves. Is ourselves. Is the man that I was not only yesterday or last week or last year, but the man that I was a couple hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Like the thoughts that I wrestled with a couple hours ago. Get on top of your mind. Get on top of your mind. Bring your mind under subjection. Nobody knows how much time they really have. I mean, I ain't gonna say nobody knows. But typically, we don't know how much time we have left in this world, left in this form. And people say, well, time is an illusion, time is a construct. Well, it sure is a pretty visceral and powerful construct and concept. They call it father time and mother nature, and I guess that's the nature of a father, is to be absent, or just a concept. Let me stop, let me chill. But yeah, stay on top of your mind. Train your mind, control your mind. Accept the fact that you can't control nothing in this world but your own mind. But you have to choose to control that, because it's not voluntary. Because the mind is a powerful thing. It's a powerful weapon. And the more you sit and realize just how much control you have over your mind, and if you do a real audit over your life and think about actions you've taken or not taken, things you've reacted to. See, I don't want to react. I want to respond. It feels better to be responsible than to be reactionary. Right? So to react is somebody just come out of the blue and just call you out of your name or say some random stuff in a comment or whatever, and it's just like, oh, you're trying to go back and forth. You don't know this person. You don't even know if this is a real person or a bot or whatever. They don't know you. Never seen these people. But all of a sudden, now this person got power over you. Now this person got you, a whole human being, a whole grown man, reacting. Reacting to words. But we always had an option to choose to respond, to be responsible. What is our response? I choose my response can just as well as be silence. A non-response. Because it's not my problem. Whatever problem you have with me is not my problem. And look, I wasn't always like this. It took time, it took growth, it took a whole lot of reacting, a whole lot of allowing myself to react to people. Quick temper, crashing out, flashing out, bumping my head, figuratively and literally. I put work in, right? I've always had a calm and quiet demeanor, but going through boyhood, young adulthood, adolescence, so on and so forth, you know, things happen. But I work hard, effortlessly. I worked hard until it became effortless. the calm, the responsible sovereignty and governance of my emotions, of my responses. That's what I'm saying. You take an audit of your life, you take an audit, just look back on situations, you realize just how much of this powerful weapon, this powerful tool that we call a mind, this powerful servant that we call a mind, that we just allow it to be rebellious and unwavering and uncontrollable, our greatest power. We've given up rights to it. But the beautiful thing about it, all it takes is a decision. All it takes is a decision. And that decision can happen in an instant. That decision can happen right now. But with each decision, each response, with each action, even if you're choosing to respond, the action is a responsible action. There's going to be a reaction. To every cause, there's an effect. So make the choice now, but understand that this is war. War for your mind. And just like a sovereign declares dominion over his territory, you better believe there's going to be some challenges, there's going to be some oppositions, there's going to be forces equal or greater forces, or even lesser forces that spring up to challenge that authority. Those are the distractions. So understand that. But the more you be proactive, the more yielding your mind becomes. Take control over your mind.